Tuesday. I have a lot of data for your weekly update for the week of January 31st through February 7th. We had 40 new listings this last week. 13 homes came back on the market, 49 price reductions, and 6 price increases. Only 2 contingent sales this last week, 107 pending sales. 35 of those were on the market for 7 days or less, 10 for 8 to 15 days, 17 for 16 to 30 days, 5 for 31 to 45 days, and 40 of those 107 were on the market for more than 45 days. 47 closed sales this last week. 12 of those were on the market for 7 days or less, 4 for 8 to 15 days, 6 for 16 to 30 days, 6 for 31 to 45 days, and 19 were on the market for more than 45 days. 30 of the closed sales sold for less than 100% of their original list price, 10 sold at 100%, and 7 sold above asking. Our average this week was 94.56% for the original list price versus the sale price, and it was 98.5 for the sale price versus the list price at the time of sale. We lost a little bit of inventory. We're at 392 homes, 411 including condos. There were 3 new listings over $1 million, 7 pending sales, and 3 closed sales. Most active price range for pending sales was $350 to $450, and for closed sales it was $300 to $400, but really the $300 to $550 range was very close. So that's where we're seeing the majority of the activity taking place. So where do we stand compared to 2022? This week last year we were at 174 homes, 201 including condos, so we're at 204% of the inventory. There were 90 new listings this week last year, so we're at 44%. 115 pending sales, so we're at 93%, and 77 closed sales, so we're at 61%. As most of you know, the Northwest Multiple Listing Service comes out with their statistical data for the previous month. And so for the month of January, we saw 4 of the 5 counties with fewer new listings for both residential and condominium in January of 23 versus 22. The exception to that was Mason County, which had an identical number of new listings in January 23 versus 22. All counties now have somewhere between 2 and 3 times the total active inventory in January of 23 versus what was in January of 22. Closed sales were off for 23 versus 22. But the median prices have given us sort of mixed information. If we only look at residential, most of the counties have higher median prices than what they did in 22. But if we filter in condos as well, that number changes where all of the counties are actually behind. And the reason for that is that you have to remember that as we move through the year, we have a rolling total for our year-to-date sale median prices. And at this point, we're only 1 month in, so the data is really straight January 22 versus January 23 that we're looking at. So King County saw 64.4 the number of sales for residential and condominium. Their median price for residential and condominium is only different by $3,000. For residential only, their median price is at 111.9% of what it was last year. Snohomish County saw 69.9% the number of closed sales. Their residential and condominium median price is 93.9% of what it was last year, but their residential only is at 112.2%. Pierce County saw 65.8% the number of sales. Their residential and condominium median price is 98.6% what it was. It's only off by $5,000. But their residential only is at 89.7%. So they actually saw fewer higher price sales this year compared to last year. Mason County had 62.3% the number of sales. Their residential and condominium median price is 90%. Their residential only is 101.5%. Here in Kitsap County, we were off by 71.9%, so we're actually ahead of all of the other counties as far as the number of closed sales year over year is concerned. Our median price is at $487 versus 506,250 in 22 for residential and condominium only. So we're at 96.2%. But taking out the condominiums and residential only, our median price is 569,725 versus 543,260. So we're at 104.9%. So again, with that limited data that we have for January, and especially factoring in the condos, that really affects what those median prices are. But it's still good information for you to have so that you sort of see that we are still on an upward trajectory as far as our median price is concerned. And the sales in Kitsap, while lower in January of 23 versus 22, we're still outpacing the other counties that we're following here in the Puget Sound. So there you have it. Like I said, a lot of data, but as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. That's why we're here. Otherwise, it's rainy and nasty, but make it a great day, and we'll see you soon.